New this morning, every day, Nikki Kulovitz is advocating for her daughter. We introduce you to the then 2-year-old Abigail during our 2023 Celebration of Hope telethon for the Regional Rehab Center. Abigail, who is now 3, has been diagnosed with Pyruvate Dehydrogenase. You can see her right here on your screen. It's also known as PDCD. It's a disease where her body does not metabolize carbohydrates. Instead, Abigail's body builds up a lactic acid, causing developmental delays and problems like seizures. It basically limits this beautiful toddler to a keto diet. Nikki Kulovitz is joining us this morning to talk about how she is pushing for more awareness to PDCD, like placing this disease on a national newborn screening. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me. Good, how are you?
Doing pretty good. How is Abigail doing?
She's doing really well. We were just hospitalized because she had the flu last month, but she's doing great.
So how's she doing at regional rehab?
She's doing well. Speech is coming along really well.
That's great. So you have been doing a lot of advocating just this week. We were talking, you said you got back at 1:30 this morning?
Yeah.
Woo, kudos to you, girl. So what have you been doing in Washington, D.C.?
So I had meetings with Senator Wicker and Senator Smith, and then several different representatives throughout the state, and even Leader Scalise's personal assistant, Miles Johnson, to help advocate for PDCD. There's 5 children in Mississippi with PDCD, and it's highly underdiagnosed. A recent study found that about 50% of children with PDCD are undiagnosed. And so I'm part of the Parent Board Foundation for Hope for PDCD, and one of our missions is to get it on the RUSP. And one thing that we are lacking is one state to take us on for a prospective newborn study. We've done retroactive studies for PDCD in the past, and where we've diagnosed 4 patients out of Colorado, but the RUSP requires it to be a proactive study. And so we are hoping that Mississippi will take us on and add PDCD to the newborn screen here to help other kids along their diagnostic odyssey, and so that they don't have to go through the things that the 5 kids in Mississippi have.
So, I'm going to skip a couple of topics that I wanted to ask, but, you were mentioning those families. How has it been meeting other families, that are experiencing what you and your family are experiencing?
It's been really nice. And not nice that their children have to go through the same things, but when you're diagnosed with a rare disease, you feel so alone. And so for a long time, we thought we were the only family in Mississippi. And so it's kind of like you have an instant connection. They're now your family.
Yeah. So how did Congress react when you were talking about this push that you're trying to do?
They all said that it makes sense that we have a disease and we have a treatment, and the treatment is incredibly important to be implemented as soon as possible after birth. Otherwise, permanent brain damage can occur, and that's irreversible for these children. And if the parents don't know, they can feed them carbohydrates, which is healthy for you and I, but for kids like my daughter and the other children in Mississippi, it's poisoning their bodies and can even cause them to die.
That is so unfortunate. So is there anything, if anything, for our viewers that they can do to help you with this push?
Absolutely. So you can reach out to your representative and let them know that we would like PDCD to be added to the newborn screen and to support us in helping achieve this. And then also, if they can donate to Hope for PDCD as well. We are a nonprofit organization, and we're moms across the country desperate to save our children's lives. We've raised almost $1 million in just a little over a year for genetic therapy research, and we do that by bake sales and golf tournaments and various fundraisers. But